Hello, welcome to another piano lesson with Richard Yang. Today we're now on the third movement of the Kingdom Hearts Sonata, the Riku theme. It's a scherzo. This is to me the most difficult, the most intimidating piece to learn. Once it clicks, it is not the most difficult, but before it clicks, it is. The left hand is. When I looked at this music for the first time, I didn't think it was possible. Okay, but now that I've done it, I can tell you it is possible and it will click. Okay, but it might take some time. It took me a full week before things started to make any sense. Okay, because usually I learn pieces fairly quickly. Anything more than a week is considered difficult. So considering this took me a whole week to finally start clicking, that's how difficult this is. Okay. Again, you will find the music on Google by searching for the Kingdom Hearts Piano Collections. This is in the original Piano Collections album, not the Field and Battle. So we'll start. The beginning, you have, hopefully you know the melody well. Right? There shouldn't be any question in the beginning. So you want to practice this. Into the habit that your thumb goes 1 2 1. Remember that 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 until you can play it fast. And I don't know if this is going to be a very controversial advice. I'm not telling you to do it, but the way I do it is that I usually practice really fast, much faster than the original speed, so that when I'm familiar with this so well, when I slow it down, it will become much easier. Okay, so play this fast. See how fast you can play. Right, you can play that as you practice, because once you're very familiar, when you slow it down, you'll find out, hey, this is actually very easy, right? So that's how I comfort myself. I play very fast, difficult, but then when I try to record this, I will slow down and things will become much easier. Okay, so slowly. Of course, this is piano, but for the demonstration, I'm gonna play it just regular. Here comes the $1 million part. The left hand. First of all, get rid of the right hand first. Get familiar with the right hand first. Right. So the melody is there. Now the left hand. Most recordings I've seen, well, actually there are not many of them. I see people use this. They use 4. I don't do that. First of all, let me tell you why they use 4. Because the next variation, they need to reach an F. So to do F, that makes more sense. Now, what I do is I do 2 3, because obviously 2 3 is a lot easier. To test it, play a trio. Not very fast. Faster, right? 3 4 doesn't work quite so well for me. So do 2 3 2. So I do 3. So remember, on the first page we practiced about the 1 2 1 on the right hand. Here you want to practice 3 2 3 on the left hand. Right, so play that slowly. Bring out the melody on the top note, of course. Now this is why it's a little difficult here, because I almost have to leave the bottom F to reach that. because I'm using 3 instead of 4, right? So this is a big stretch for me. Right? And same thing over here. Okay, so putting it all together sounds like this. Section C. So I have said over and over again in my previous tutorials, whenever you have trios like this and you want to have better control, use 1-3. Don't use 2-3. Right? Because it's a lot easier to count. Because you can lean on your thumb as a bass beat to count. Exaggerating, but that's how you can do it, right? Because when you do that, you can actually play this the way it's intended to be. Otherwise, if you use 2-3, you get confused. You might be playing a trio on the left hand instead of actual 16th notes, right? So to be able to play 16th notes, use 1-3. Play slower here. You got the fingering, right? Now it's a slightly different now. Now this part can be a little difficult. So watch I'm gonna play even slower. Watch the fingering closely. Not just the fingering, you don't have a choice, but watch the hand movement. See that? And 2-3-2. One more time. Okay. All right. So from here on, no, it shouldn't be any issues in section E. But of course, you need to bring out the melody in the middle. The outer notes. Try to make them as small as possible. Continues. But because I already told you how to practice, I'm just going to go through it slowly. From the beginning of the line. Okay, the notes shouldn't be a problem here. Section H. So, I covered 2 sections, but so might as well finish it. Okay. So I'm gonna start from the key change. So the second line's last measure. Play slowly. Oh, sorry. Okay, I messed that up, so I'm gonna do it again. Okay, so it's just an arpeggio. So right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is a scale down. Right. So. Right. So and now the line before that was a different one. Just practice that separately, you'll do great. So back to beginning of section H. So obviously you need to bring out the melody here. The top notes. So if you just follow the finger, that should be okay. I'm gonna do section I again, just so that you can really see what's happening. And remember, many recordings they pedal down over here. Don't do that. Just pedal off, completely off. Okay. So only pedal the first note. Off. You see the difference that makes? So much more powerful. Section J should be okay. Section K. So from section K and on, they are simply repeats like before. So I'm just gonna play through them. I won't explain too much unless I see something different. Different. I would play slower. Right, I share the fingering. Right. So the next part, section L, very easy. I'll just play through them. Now, from this point on, just count in threes. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now you see that it's not a slur. It's whenever you see that. On the fourth measure, middle pedal. 1, 2, 3. So right now I play the note, and you put your middle pedal down, and the note should stay right there. Right. So now you can play the rest like normal. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now you change pedal, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then. We have another one, middle pedal down, and then you count 1, 2, 3, and then again 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Same thing. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's it. Section N. Alright, now triplets. Okay, I should probably play slower. You can see some minor fingering changes here and there. Here. So I can play the G. You see the fingering change there? Oh, sorry, from here, from the last measure, first line. If you were me, you'll be so much happier now because the key got changed to a B flat. Much easier key to work with. I mean, to play the notes. Big chord. Difficult chord for me. Now, because it's all the same concept, I'm gonna just play through this slowly until section R, okay? Concept as before, so these pieces a lot of repeats. Not that they're not good. I don't normally like repeats, but in this case, I find them okay because the melody is just so beautiful. They play it in a different key, and when you get to this key, it should be much easier than the beginning because you're doing all your stretches on the black keys, right? When you are on the black keys, you have more room for error. I'm gonna put it that way because you can land this note, for example. You can go a little over, a little less. You all hit that note, right? So you have a lot of room to play with. With a white key, not quite. Right? You go a little over or less, you hit the wrong key. Okay, so that's the beauty of the black keys. Section R, it's not an easy section, but I'll first of all, I'll play it slowly first, and I will explain what's happening. Probably want to go slower, right? One more time. Not an easy section, especially when you want to play at that high speed. Now, to help you, the left hand, think of groups of threes. That's one group. Second group. Why do I group it that way? Because within the same group, the idea is that the keys are really close to each other. And that's one group. Second group. See, it's just like this. I don't need to go elsewhere, right? So that you can group this as one group. Second one. Well, that's an exception there, but notes within the same group, they are together. Right? Another group. See? One group and the next group. The idea is each group you have the notes more or less in the same octave for that chord. So that's the way you think. Hopefully that makes some sense. But right hand is different because right hand has the melody. You just have to just play the right hand. It's a beautiful melody. There's nothing interesting about it, right? It's easy, right? It's the left hand that will give you trouble. See, when you think in groups of threes, I don't know if, try it out, tell me if it makes sense. One group, another group, another group, another group, one group. An exception here, because after you play this, you need to do that. Okay, so there's an exception there. So let me play section R again. I really, really love this section. Again, I haven't played this for a while, so I hope that's what it sounds like when you play at the faster speed. Section S, that's pretty much near the end now. That is the end. Now, I just show you the figure. There's no trick to this. So right hands should be very simple. Right, nothing wrong with it. Left hand, just some variation, and it just keeps going down directionally. So hopefully, the only difficult part is the speed. So just practice slow, pick up the speed. Now here is just a fast arpeggio. It's very convenient that the top note is a C, so you don't need to worry about any weird fingering or position change. Just keep going up. Yeah, I use mostly right hand, and it goes down. Now here it might be a little unnatural for you at the end. Why? Because once I hit the A flat, I let my left hand take over, because it is this, just all the notes from the F chord, so I don't need to do any fingering change. So on the way down, right? So you want to practice where you can let your left hand take over. That this will take some practice, because this run is really fast. If you listen to my recording, this might be the fastest arpeggio I've ever played. So I don't remember remember how to play that full speed now. I need to practice again. But anyway, that is how you take it to the ending. So. That's it. So this is the most intimidating piece to learn the Riku theme. And there are so few recordings on YouTube, probably because it's very difficult. So keep practicing. I'm hoping that if you come up with your version, let me know. I'll have a look, and we can talk about it and all complain how fast this is, and it's a monster for your left hand. Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.